Come on over, it's time for Tim Friend.
Hey, welcome back to Tim Friend. Welcome back to school, to Hogwarts. We're back. We're doing the Blue Lions Dimitri romance run. We're looking around to find the list of students who signed up for choir, I guess, which is like the most school shit I can imagine. Just like, oh yeah, who signed up for choir this year? Where the frick is it? It's supposed to be over here. Did I just miss it? It's on the map. It's a glowy dot. Okay, yeah, I missed it. It's way south. Okay. In the time between my last recording session and today's recording session, I have played about 110 hours of Fire Emblem Three Houses. So let that serve as a value judgment upon it, in that I like it enough to put 110 hours of my so-called life into this game. We gotta turn in the course, we get the vegetables and the fish, we can do choir if we want to. We're not gonna do choir right now. Not right now, I say to you. Talk to Lawrence of... not exactly. He's not particularly devoted believer either, but it would be unbecoming for a noble like me to neglect his prayers, wouldn't it? That's interesting. I've never done that option. I didn't know it would make him happy.
Well done. You have my
rumors are spreading. Still, maybe you'll advise to move against fellow followers of the faith. Even so, this is good information to have. I thank you. So yeah, we're doing a little bit of spy work for Seteth and chatting up Lawrence a little bit. And the reason for this is because I've learned that an effective way to recruit students from other houses into your house is to get to a rank B support with them. I have also made a little list of who I'm going to recruit, all 2 people, into my house, and then what I'm going to focus on for everyone's stuff. In my experience, the most important part of having this exploration day is getting meals. And that's partly because it increases your students' motivation, because they gotta be motivated if they want to learn. And it also increases their supports with each other. You see the little smiley face, that indicates how motivated they are. If it's green, that means they're pretty dang motivated. If it's yellow, that means they're about 50% motivated. Let's see my list here of supports. I want to do Sylvain and Ingrid. Unfortunately, it looks like a lot of my people that I want to support with each other are not on this list. We got Ash and Annette, though. So let's do this meal so that we can get some motivation for Ash and some support points with Annette for him.
This looks delicious.
Because they're both cuties. Look at them.
Ooh, I love this stuff. Did you know that?
Oh, that's cute. So, you do the special, like the menu special, because it's free, it doesn't cost ingredients, and it's got a bonus. So, this one gave us a bonus by lunching with people in our house, in the Blue Lion house. Then we get meals, and we're going to get a meal with Lawrence and Leonie, because we're just trying to fucking recruit them, which means we gotta get support points with them. Unfortunately, it mostly shows the people that are in the house that like the meal before anyone outside of the house. And outside of the house, it gives like a random assortment. You see, like, enjoyed by, and then 6 people. Here it shows Lawrence, Leonie, Claude, Hubert, Flane, and Hanneman, not in that order. And then we mouse over it again, it shows a different group of people. But if we look here, it's always going to show Dedu in the top left, because he's part of the Blue Lions house, he's more important. But we know that this is for Lawrence and Leonie. While we're not trying to get them together, we're just trying to get them to have support points with me, with the teacher, with Timberly.
Eyes on your own.
And once we get to support rank B, that'll make it vastly easier for us to recruit them into our house, and I find it's better to work on that earlier rather than later. That ding dong means we are out of activity points, snacktivity points. I don't think I've done much fishing, which is good. I kind of want to save my bait. Looks like I've already planted. Good. I want to save my bait for when there is golden fish in the pond, which is pretty infrequent. I've only seen it happen, I think, 3 or 4 times in my latest run that I've been really paying attention for it. My latest run is a New Game Plus, because that's a thing in this game. I'm sorry to bounce all over the place. Let's see if we can talk to anyone. Can't talk to Leonie. Don't care about Dorothea. Don't care about Thomas. Don't care about any of them. No. Still, it's the same people, so still no. 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 How about up there? No. 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 And no. Okay. Cool. We are, I believe, Dungeon Rings for this free day. So, motivation. Now we're going to teach students. You'll see what motivation is for, why it's important to get lunch. If you don't yet know the proper procedure for lectures, I'll tell you all that I know. Assuming that's agreeable to you, of course. This is how you teach people. Blah, blah, blah. Gives a bunch of things. All you gotta know. There's 3 parts of this. First, there's instruct. You can do auto-instruct. I recommend that you don't. Let's give it a check, Rooney. Automatically train area of focus skills for some units. So it'll go into like an automated version of instruct. But we want to do the manual. We want to do manuals. We want to read manuals of instruction. Okay, so we are going to focus on Ash first, because we are going to be putting points into Axe. I should not have started with Axe. I should have started with Flying. We are going to try to make Ash a Wyvern Rider, because it's rad, and we don't have a huge number of opportunities for Wyvern Riders in this house. And it's been my experience that flying units are incredibly valuable in this game. Now let's see. Sylvain or Ingrid are both at half motivation. So we got to train Ash 4 to 5 times because his motivation was full. So let's jump into Felix. Felix, we're going to train him in sword and bow. We have 4 sessions because his motivation is maxed out. When we use the instruct, it gives us good, great, or perfect, which affects how much skill experience we are giving him. You can see the math for it on the right. The base is 4, since he's got the blue arrow that's +2, and since we're good at sword, give him another +2. Excuse me. So he'll get 8 on a good, 12 on a great, and 16 on a perfect. Also on a perfect, he gets to, like, he goes, that's awesome, and then you praise him, and then he gets another point of motivation, like this, perfect. 2.0 experience, he says it was nothing, we get a support point, and we say praise, because that's all we can do, and that bumps him up another motivation step, which is, it's lucky, because that means we get the maximum of 5 training sessions. If we get another perfect, which we don't, you don't get the chance to get more motivation back. So at most, you're going to get 5 training sessions on a single person. Let's train Annette as well, because we want her to be able to heal, which means putting points in Faith. In order to get the heal spell, anyone needs to get to a Faith rank of D, which means we got to charge up through E and E+. But it's going to be vital, because having more than one healer is pretty much a necessito. Alright, group tasks. This is how you help train in movement types without actually having them on the movement types. Because you won't get skill experience for horse, heavy armor, or wings unless you are already in one of those classes, or unless you're instructed in those classes manually. So this is a way to get experience outside of combat before you're actually one of those classes, especially since those classes don't show up until level 10, sometimes level 20 if you're a boy if you're trying to be a fly boy. But we're gonna do horse, and we're gonna put Sylvain and Ingrid. This is perfect because we're trying to get Sylvain and Ingrid together, and we want them both to be on horses. That's one of the pairings we're doing, is Sylvain and Ingrid. It's a little stereotypical, but who gives a dunk? Alright, Dimitri's fine on Lance and Authority. We kind of want to teach him on swords, but honestly, who gives a dunk? Dedu, Axe, and Punch, that's great. We're going to make Dedu into a grappler, I believe, to offset his miserable speed growth. Felix, we're going to be training in sword and bow, so we need to change his focus. You'll see what this is for in a hot second. Ash is going to be axe and fly. Axe, fly. Sylvain is going to be... Where's this thing? Lance. Let's just have him do lance and horse. Lance, horse. And Mercedes is fine. Annette, let's have her be reason and faith. Ingrid, we will have her be lance and horse. Alright, so these are sort of their goals. If we had it on auto-instruct, it would choose, I believe, a random assortment of these students and just auto-instruct them in both of these sort of goals. But in addition to that, when you do your lecture, you do a week of teaching, and they will all gain skill points in all of those skills you've set for them as goals. Also, when you're instructing, sometimes students will come to you with questions. Sometimes it's like a personal question, like art has never been my forte. Even when I apply myself and sketch a ton, I don't seem to improve much. I can envision an image so perfectly in my head, but turning it into something physical that I feel good about eludes me. So let's say don't worry about the end result, just keep practicing.
That's right.
So if you give a good answer to them, they get plus 50 motivation, and you're going to get a shit ton of professor experience, which I accidentally skipped through, but you get a bunch of it. Sometimes your students will also come to you and ask to like change their goal focus. It's sort of like...
I'm not gonna get away with anything.
No, sometimes you get unique dialogue when you pair up two specific characters on the group tasks, like Sylvain and Ingrid here.
Stop messing around and get moving. You don't work, you don't eat.
Damn, Ingrid. Harsh bud. But this is them working on horses
Fine.
together.
Let's do this.
Oh, I like it. And then they can
Finally
also get
finished.
a good,
That's
great,
it.
or
I'm
perfect.
done. No more work for me.
Oh, Sylvain, you will be doing this for the rest of your life. So they get support points. We get money. We get blacksmith materials. They get writing experience. Now they're both at writing D, which is fine. We need them to be at writing C by level 10 so they can become horse people. People of the horse. As we've just seen, everyone got
Am I making progress?
experience in their goals just from doing a week. You see Harpstring Moon 512 to 517, and then they all got stuff. Some of them got extra skills for ranking up and things. Annette still needs more to get to Faith D, so we can teach her how to heal. That's actually going to be a pretty big priority, and it might be why we just straight up explore the next chance we get. But I don't know if we're going to get a chance, because we're still in tutorial mode. It's Raphael's birthday. Who gives a shit? He's not in my house, and I'm not recruiting him. Also, I don't like Raphael. I know someone in the comments wanted me to use Raphael for a brawler. I don't like him. I think his stats are just straight up worse than Dedue's, and I already don't like Dedue. We're not going to play online. I don't care. It's going to add a little bit of lag, and I don't want to deal with it. So, also on a free day, you can do a battle. You have battles that cost activity points. If you're playing on normal, some battles don't cost activity points, so you can grizzly grind. But this is just like a little forced tutorial auxiliary battle. This is also where paralogs come in eventually. This is also where you'll get some quests that are like, go fight these guys, they're bandits, or go train with these guys, they're from the Kingdom of Fargus or whatever. And you'll get a little bit of renown and stuff, and it's just like a little bit of extra reward for grinding outside of the story missions proper. Since we're on hard mode, though, we can't true grind. We can only sort of get in extra practice.
Happy to explain.
Battalions. I already know about it. I'll teach you about it. Battalions are like further equipment you can put on people. It's like Timberly's got Gerald's Mercenaries, which gives us the Gambit Assault Troop, which let us hit 4 people in a row with the accuracy based on our charm. Whoops. They also give us some stat boosts, which I'm not 100% clear on. Let me see gotta go all the way down here. Yeah, Gerald's Mercenaries give us +1 physical attack, +5 crit, +5 void, +1 charm. Pretty dope. And that's they're level 1. You can level up battalions up to 5 times. They get doper and doper. There's also even cooler battalions that you can only equip to people with high enough authority stats. Which have really bonkers stats, especially later in the game. There's there is also, wow, I totally forgot. Oh, a limitation on battalions sometimes. For example, if you have a character who is a wingaling character, a character who fly, they can only be equipped with a fly battalion. Other than that, I think everyone can be equipped with fucking anything. Apparently flyers, they really don't want you to attach non-flying people to people who are flying. Battalions are super important. They will be way more important a little bit later in the game when we get to the big demonic beasts. But for right now, the only people who are affected by this are Felix, who gets +5 damage when he's not equipped with the battalion, and then everyone else who we do want to have a battalion on. But I don't think we can recruit battalions yet. Yeah, we haven't unlocked the battalion guild. Well, let's make sure everyone's got stuff that I want them to have. You can dump that vulnerary and dump that axe. Let's get some punchy weapons for me. Dimitri's fine. I mean, let's get him another lance, actually. I've taken to the habit of giving people training weapons, especially the ones that I know are very strong, like Felix and hopefully Dimitri. Let's get rid of this bow. Mercedes, don't even. Annette, dump that axe and that seal. Dedu, let's get you some gloves. Sylvain, you're fine. Let's get you another lance, though. Ash, let's get you an axe. We've got one, right? Yeah, we got plenty of axes for you, Ash. Get used to it. Get loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Get loving it. All right, let's go to the armory. Let's get some punch. Let's just go with. I mean, okay. So the difference between the training gauntlets and the iron gauntlets is 1 damage and 5 accuracy and 1 weight. So we're gonna just get the training gauntlets, just because it's less weight and they've got 20 more durability. For Dimitri, we're gonna get him a javelin, so he's got a range 2 option, and a training lance, so we can save the iron lance for when he needs overkill. We might get him a steel lance just to swap out for the iron lance. I'm not sure yet. Mercedes is fine. Felix, what are we doing with Felix? A bow. All right, let's grab him a bow, a training bow for that delicious range 2 action. Felix real good with swords, but if we can make him into a bow person, I think it would actually be pretty dope. Just because it would give him, he would eventually have close counter via learning the bow, and he would also be able to retaliate at range, and he's got crazy good stats, so I am down. You get a couple of boxing gloves for Dedu. Ash is fine. Sylvain, let's get a javelin and a training lance. And for Ingrid, let's just get a training lance, because we are broke. We are broke. Unless we have some kind of bullion somehow, which we do not. I mean, we can sell this leather shield. Who gives a shit? All right. Okay. Now let's look at this map. This map is pretty typical of what you would see in auxiliary battle. It's a map that you'll probably see at some point during the story or a paralog itself. For the auxiliary battles, they don't have like bespoke maps. All those maps are reused somewhere else. And you also often see a lot of the same type of trooper. Even if it's like, oh, fight these bandits, it's like, oh, the bandits are all sword masters. That was one that happened to me in my home game recently. So these guys are all soldiers. You can see their class hup, 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 over here. They are all soldiers as I scroll through them. One of them's got a bullion that will drop and give us $1,000. Hurrah! So, for this map, we sort of got 2 fronts. We got this forest front, and we got the northern front. We're going to split our forces and go for both at once. We're going to send myself and Dimitri. They got high decks. They got high-ish decks. We're going to send them through the forest. We're going to send Sylvain and Ingrid north. Perhaps, actually, we'll send them in the forest as well. And then send, like, Annette and... Who's Mercedes getting with? Sorry, not Mercedes. Mercedes is getting with Lawrence. So let's send these 2 up north with Dedu. All right, we got a lot of melee boys, more than I'm used to, because I played Black Eagles first. which had a lot of spellcasters, and I even recruited more spellcasters because I'm a fool. And then Golden Deer, which has a lot of people who start off like, I'm an archer, and you're like, oh, okay, if you say so.
Here goes.
Annette goes next to what does she do?
Much appreciated.
What is her rally? I like strength. God, that's good for starting out.
I'll go.
Gosh, that's dang good. Felix go north.
Stay focused.
Timberly goes east. Dimitri goes east.
I'm on
Sylvain goes east.
Ready.
Ingrid goes northeast.
Here we
And
go.
Mercedes goes east. All right, we're gonna have a real tangled up mess to the east, just because we're both the enemies and I are gonna be in the forests, which will provide such a bafflingly high evasion boost that it's just gonna be hard for either of us to do anything. So hopefully our better stats will win the day, and if they don't, that'll be sad. All right, what do we got? They got 42%. We got 68 with a double attack. That's pretty good. Come on, hit him. Thank you. Thank you, Timberly. All right, Timberly is got a little bit of authority experience from that fight because Timberly has a battalion equipped. You'll see it again, yeah, here with Dimitri as well. You only get authority experience if you have a battalion equipped, which means you want to equip a battalion so you can get the authority experience to wield better battalions because they are important for later in the game. You'll see, you'll all see. I'll show you. All right, how are we gonna handle this? I don't think Mercedes has any attack magic yet. So Mercedes is just gonna freaking chill, dude. We'll have Timberly roll around and attempt to kill this man with many punches. Since she's using gauntlets, she gets every attack is a double attack when she's on the offensive, or when she initiates the attack.
As expected.
So we got 4 shots, and she does some martial arts. It's very impressive. We're all very impressed, Timberly. Very impressed. I will have Sylvain and Ingrid try to splice this man in half. Partly just to get experience, partly because if they attack the same target, they will get support bonus points. Ooh. Turns out Dimitri can kill that guy, probably. But let's just get the extra experience from Sylvain. Or just miss, that's also fine. He gets lance experience for it, though. I'll take it. And then we will use the training lance on Dimitri. Yeah, because the training lance is just light enough where he gets 2 attacks. He's more likely to do something. And he doesn't even kill it. Alright, so we will have Mercedes come up and... Now, let's not even top off Dimitri. Let's just chill with Mercedes. On the northern side, we will use Felix to obliterate this man with a training bow. God damn, Felix.
Too easy.
He's just so strong. The man has got no mercy. We will have Ash. Move up Dedu. We can have Dedu punch this man to death. I mean, punch him to unconscious. This is training. It's training, guys. Even though it did not say we would not lose people in this mission. We would still lose them. So I guess it's not mock. I guess we are just actually killing soldiers here. Annette will kill this man too hard. So let's just use her rally strength on Ash. God, that's a good ability for babying people when it comes to experience. And we'll have Ash chop this man down to size. And by size, I mean a corpse in the ground. Because we gotta level him up. All these, like half our team starts at level 1 effectively because we couldn't use them in the mock battle. Ugh, it's rough stuff. Alright, cool. This guy's still trapped in the forest. This guy's, I mean, surrounded. But it means we get some good experience on Ingrid. These guys start coming in. Guys in the forest, which is unfortunate. Thank God Sylvain gets a hit. Gosh, I really hope my team gets high dexterity. Dexterity being our accuracy stat. It would be real nice to have high accuracy. If this be the norm, I would like some more accurate attacks. That Tempest Lance would be pretty nice, but I'd rather use it with a Javelin or with a training lance, so that it's 100% accuracy, and the durability we use is cheaper to replace than from an iron lance. For some fucking reason, iron lances only have 30 durability. I complained about it a lot on my stream, and I'm still very frustrated by it. But that's partly what led to me giving training weapons to everyone, because they're still able to kill, and it also gives a cool, like, Sirio Forel from Game of Thrones vibe to it, which I like a lot. Now we'll have Mercedes come and heal Sylvain. And I don't think we can get Dimitri into the right spot. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. Mercedes levels up. Miserable. Yeah, it really is not, is it, Mercedes? I'm sorry, Mercedes. Now we'll move Dimitri down and hopefully kill this boy with a training lance. Too slow. Oh, I guess Dimitri was also too slow. Alright, looks like that guy's going to attack Timberly for some reason. That one's going to attack Ingrid. That's fine. Now we can roll over here with Dudu and Ash and Annette and Felix. This group is going to eventually handle that group that you can just see off screen, the one at the very top of the screen. I've noticed that they will make their way to us without us being in their attack range sometimes. We'll see if that actually occurs. All right.
I'm not at my best today.
Speed, though. Speed's pretty good, Ingrid. We'll take it. Oh, yeah, this dude is dead. Punch a church soldier to death with our weird, like, gloves with sticks. Like, handled sticks, basically. That's I mean, honestly, that's the minimalist perfect stat growth for me. Strength, speed, physical defense. Ah, yes, here we go. He's gonna come around here. Sort of split the difference between our eastern and our northern group. That means we can come in with... Ash is not going to be able to reach anyone, unfortunately. So we're going to slot him down here. And then we'll have Felix go over here and shoot this man almost to death. Or all the way to death if he will trigger his crest twice, which is amazing. That's another reason why I love Felix. He triggers that friggin' crest of Fraldarius, hilarious, all the friggin' time, which gives him +5 strength when attacking. It's amazing. It's super good. Everyone loves it. Everyone needs it. Alright. Now, before we launch Dudu into here, let's see what we can do about this guy. Great joke, Tim friend. Just amazing. Let's move up Sylvain. Let's see. Okay, it's 7 damage, plus more if we Tempest Lance. It'll be down to half. Timberly can probably murder one of these guys. Yeah, but she'll take 7 in response. So let's use Mercedes to heal up Timberly. We'll use Dudu and Timberly to execute these 2 dudes in a line. 1, 2, 3. We'll use Dudu to hit this one here. Punch and punch. It's pretty hilarious that Dudu gets all 4 hits with the training gauntlets here, because that means the church soldier is slower than him. Which is undoubtedly due to his iron lance being weight 6, and our training gauntlets being weight 1. Someone in the comments helpfully posted the what's the equation to calculate attack speed, which it's your speed minus parentheses weight minus a fifth of your strength. So your strength is effectively like, okay, Timberly has 15 strength. A fifth of that is 3. So 3 is subtracted from the weight of her equipped items, which is 1. So her attack speed is 10, which is equal to her regular speed. Dope. But I don't like how opaque that is. Like, I don't know how people online figure that out, because it is not explained anywhere in this game, and I really don't like that, because it can be such an integral part of mathing out parts of the game. I don't like that. All right, we'll have Ingrid slap this man with a training spear. He smacks her back. Everyone's fine with it. Sylvain comes up. Combat art, Tempest Lance, Training Lance. Smash this man. To dust! To dust and ash.
That one is expected.
Ash is actually somewhere else. It doesn't turn into anything. Alright, we'll see what the enemies do. We'll call it a beautiful day. Leader comes up. That's very obliging of him. This man comes up in order to get decked by Timberly twice. How about the other people? This guy, okay. Rolls up to stab. We punch them twice. It's great. And this guy rolls up to Dedue, which is hilarious. Dedue being the tankiest person on our team. Very good. Very good, everyone. Alright, next time on Tim Friend, we'll kill the last 4... knock out. It's a training exercise. Members of these church soldiers. And we'll get back into the preamble to our first real mission. Alright, I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye, everybody.
Tim Friend.